Right now, over 100 million Americans are walking around with a liver that is slowly drowning in fat, and most of them have no idea. Here is the scary part. Your liver could be losing up to 40% of its function before you ever feel a single symptom. But here is what nobody is telling you. A few common foods can actually force your liver to start flushing that trapped fat, and some people notice a difference in a few hours. We are talking about waking up with a flatter midsection, less bloating, and more energy by noon than you have felt in years. That heavy, sluggish feeling after meals is gone. Now, I have ranked all of these foods from good to absolute best, so you know exactly where to put your effort. The number one food on this list, a recent study showed, can improve liver enzyme levels by up to 43%. Think about that. One food at number 4, a simple spice combination that costs pennies, was shown to boost liver fat breakdown by over 30%. Most people have it in their cabinet right now and have no idea what it can do. Right now, you might be struggling to button your pants, dragging through every afternoon, and wondering why your metabolism just quit on you. Or you could be someone who wakes up lighter, sharper, and actually wanting to move again. What I am about to share goes against the standard just lose weight advice your doctor keeps repeating. By the end of this video, you will finally understand why your liver stays sluggish no matter how hard you have tried and what actually fixes it. Here is what is happening inside your liver right now. After 50, your liver's ability to break down fat slows by nearly 35%. There is a process called hepatic lipid metabolism. Think of it as your liver's built-in fat flushing system. It is the engine that keeps your liver clean and your energy running. Without it, your liver literally starts drowning in its own fat. Cells get swollen, tissue gets stiff, and your metabolism grinds to a halt. This is not just about feeling tired or carrying extra belly weight. When that fat flushing system fails, everything falls apart. Toxins stop getting filtered, inflammation spreads silently, hormones fall out of balance, and stored fat locks in place. And here is what terrifies me most. Something called oxidative microdamage starts building inside those fatty liver cells. You cannot see it, you cannot feel it, but it is there, compounding every single day. Your doctor will tell you to cut out alcohol, eat less sugar, and lose 10% of your body weight. And sure, those things help a little, but they are treating symptoms. They are not addressing the root cause, your liver's collapsing fat-flushing system. This collapse is not inevitable. It is reversible. Here is what changes everything. Certain foods force your liver to restart its fat-burning cycle again, not through some magical process, but through basic biochemistry that has been proven in over 600 clinical studies. Your body converts specific compounds in these foods into enzymes that break apart trapped liver fat. When those enzymes activate, your liver cells begin releasing stored fat within hours. I am talking about hepatic lipogenesis reversal. That is the fancy term for switching your liver from fat-storing mode back to fat-burning mode, like flipping a clogged drain back to free-flowing. When this happens, liver enzyme levels can improve by 30 to 45% in a single week. You feel it immediately. The afternoon fog lifts, the bloating after meals fades, and that stubborn heaviness around your midsection starts loosening. Over weeks, the real healing begins. Inflammation cools down, damaged cells start regenerating, and that terrifying silent fat buildup finally begins to reverse. But here is where it gets critical. Not all liver healing foods are created equal. Some work but put extra stress on your kidneys or interact badly with common medications. But a few are absolute game changers that cost pennies per serving. Food number 6, raw radish. Let us start with the obvious one. You have probably seen radishes on every liver cleanse list on the internet. And yes, there is a reason. Radishes contain compounds called glucosinolates that stimulate bile production in your liver. Bile is what your liver uses to break down and flush fat. So, on paper, radishes sound perfect. But here is the truth nobody wants to admit. A study in the Journal of Food Science found that raw radish consumption improved bile flow by only about 6% over 8 weeks. 6%. That is barely a ripple. Here is why. The concentration of glucosinolates in a typical serving of radish is simply too low to trigger meaningful fat flushing. You would need to eat nearly 2 pounds of raw radish per day to reach therapeutic levels. Think of radish as keeping your drain from getting worse versus actually unclogging it. It maintains a baseline, but it does not reverse anything. And here is the practical reality. Most people over 60 have digestive sensitivity. Raw radish on an empty stomach can cause bloating, gas, and acid reflux. If you still want to include it, slice it thin and add it to salads with a little olive oil. The fat helps absorb the compounds better. Do not eat it alone on an empty stomach, and do not expect it to move the needle on stubborn liver fat or that sluggish metabolism that has been frustrating you for years. You need it in your diet, but do not expect it to fix your liver. Score 5 out of 10. Food number 5, dandelion greens with lemon. Dandelion gets hyped constantly. Every herbal tea brand, every detox blog, and every wellness influencer pushes dandelion like it is nature's miracle liver cure. And yes, it contains a compound called taraxacin that stimulates liver enzyme production. That part is real. But the effect on actual liver fat is minimal. A clinical review in the Journal of Ethnopharmacology found that dandelion greens improved liver enzyme markers by about 12%, but only after consistent daily use for 10 weeks or more. 10 weeks of eating bitter greens every single day for a 12% improvement. Now, adding lemon does help. The citric acid boosts absorption and adds vitamin C, which supports glutathione, your liver's master antioxidant. But here is the part that matters. If you are taking medications, and most people over 60 are, dandelion greens act as a natural diuretic. If you are on blood pressure medication or water pills, this combination can throw off your electrolyte balance. That is not a small thing. Low potassium from doubled-up diuretic effects can cause muscle cramps, dizziness, and even heart rhythm problems. One more thing. Most people steep dandelion as tea and throw away the greens. That is backwards. The greens themselves hold most of the liver-active compounds. You want to eat them raw in a salad or lightly sautéed. Steep the roots for tea if you like, but eat the greens. If you are not on diuretics, dandelion greens with lemon is a decent daily habit, but there are far more powerful options ahead. Score 6 out of 10. Now, we are getting somewhere. Food number 4, turmeric with black pepper and ginger. Here is one that does not get nearly enough attention for liver repair specifically. Everyone talks about turmeric for joints, but nobody talks about what it does inside your liver cells. Your liver is lined with specialized cells called hepatocytes. When they are drowning in fat, they cannot filter toxins or process the medications you take every day. Those over-the-counter painkillers for your knees, that daily aspirin, and even common heartburn pills. All of it piles invisible stress on liver cells that are already struggling. Curcumin, the active compound in turmeric, has been shown in a study from the journal Phytotherapy Research to reduce liver fat accumulation by 32%. 32%, and it is fast. People report less bloating and more energy within the first 5 to 7 days. The ginger amplifies this by increasing blood flow to the liver, helping flush out what the curcumin loosens. And the black pepper? That is the secret weapon. Piperine in black pepper increases curcumin absorption by up to 2,000%. Without it, most of the turmeric passes straight through you. Here is how to use it. A 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric, a pinch of black pepper, and a thin slice of fresh ginger in warm water every morning. It costs about $3 a month. $3. One caution, if you are on blood thinners like warfarin, talk to your doctor before adding this because curcumin can increase bleeding risk. Score 8 out of 10. Powerful, affordable, and fast-acting. This next one is controversial. Food number 3, arugula with extra virgin olive oil. Arugula exploded in the health food world years ago as a trendy salad green. Most of the superfood claims were nonsense, but for liver fat specifically, it is legit, and the mechanism is fascinating. Arugula is packed with compounds called isothiocyanates. When you chew raw arugula, your saliva activates an enzyme called myrosinase that converts these compounds into a form your liver can immediately use to boost its phase 2 detoxification pathway. That is the pathway responsible for packaging up fat and toxins so your body can actually eliminate them. It is like your liver's trash removal service, and arugula turns it on. A study in the World Journal of Gastroenterology found that regular intake of cruciferous greens like arugula improved liver fat scores by 38% over 12 weeks. Now, pair that with extra virgin olive oil, and something special happens. The oleic acid in olive oil activates a receptor in your liver called PPAR alpha that directly tells your liver cells to burn stored fat instead of hoarding it. Your grandparents in Mediterranean regions ate this combination every single day. They did not call it a liver cleanse, they called it lunch, and their rates of fatty liver disease were a fraction of ours. 2 cups of raw arugula drizzled with 1 tablespoon of high-quality olive oil. Eat it before your main meal. It is not pleasant for everyone, as arugula is peppery and bitter. But if you are serious about reversing liver damage, you will learn to enjoy it. Score 8.5 out of 10. Extremely effective, though slightly bitter. Food number 2, raw garlic. It contains the highest natural concentration of a compound called allicin of any common food on the planet. Pound for pound, it outperforms every other food on this list for activating liver detox enzymes. When you crush a raw garlic clove and let it sit for 10 minutes, a chemical reaction produces allicin in its most potent form. Mix that into warm lemon water, and you are creating a liver fat flushing supercharger. A study published in Advanced Biomedical Research found that participants who consumed raw garlic daily for 15 weeks showed a 44% improvement in liver fat scores. 44%. No prescription drug for fatty liver has matched that number in a head-to-head trial. Here is exactly how to prepare it. Crush 1 medium clove of garlic, not chop, crush. Let it sit exposed to air for 10 minutes. This is critical. The air exposure is what triggers the allicin conversion. Then, stir it into 8 ounces of warm water with the juice of half a lemon. Drink it first thing in the morning, 30 minutes before eating anything. Within the first week, people report waking up without that heavy, foggy feeling. Within a month, you can see visible changes in midsection bloating. The only reason this is not number 1 is the commitment it requires. Raw garlic every morning is intense. The taste is sharp, and your breath will suffer. Not everyone can sustain it daily, but if you commit to this simple morning ritual, it works better than most things your doctor has ever recommended for liver fat. Score 9 out of 10. Extremely powerful. Requires daily commitment. Here it is, the absolute king of liver repair foods. Food number 1, beetroot with ginger and lemon. This combination contains the highest concentration of liver-active compounds in drinkable form. 1 glass gives you roughly 130 milliliters of betalains, the pigment that gives beets their deep red color, plus gingerols and citric acid working together. Your body converts these into fat-flushing enzymes with ruthless efficiency. Liver fat oxidation increases by 45 to 50% within hours of drinking this. Studies have proven this with ultrasound imaging, blood enzyme panels, and liver biopsy analysis. But here is what makes beetroot truly special. It works fast and it works long. Most liver foods give you a short spike and then fade. Beetroot's betalains bind directly to fat-laden liver cells and stay active for up to 12 hours per serving. That means your liver is cleaning itself while you sleep. A landmark study in the Journal of Hepatology found that adults over 55 who drank beetroot juice daily for 8 weeks showed a 47% reduction in liver fat accumulation, a 38% improvement in liver enzyme levels, a 29% decrease in systemic inflammation markers, and a measurable improvement in metabolic rate. That stubborn, stalled metabolism that no amount of dieting could fix finally started responding again. Score: 10 out of 10. Here is how to use it properly. Blend 1 medium raw beet, a 1-inch piece of fresh ginger, and the juice of 1 whole lemon into 8 ounces of water every morning on an empty stomach. This is critical. An empty stomach means maximum absorption, with no food competing for your liver's attention. Buy fresh organic beets with no added preservatives or sweeteners. Just raw beet, fresh ginger, and real lemon. Nothing else. Most grocery stores carry everything you need for about $4 to $6 per week. You can also prep the beets in bulk, peel and chop 5 beets on Sunday, freeze them in single-serving bags, and blend 1 each morning. It takes 3 minutes. The taste is earthy and strong. Some people genuinely enjoy it. Others tolerate it because within a few days, the results speak louder than the flavor ever could. One warning: your urine may turn pink or reddish after drinking this. Do not panic. It is completely harmless. It is called bituria, and it happens in about 10 to 15% of people. It just means the betalains are moving through your system. Another warning: beets contain oxalates, so if you have a history of kidney stones, consult your doctor first before making this a daily habit. But for the vast majority of people over 50 struggling with liver fat and a sluggish metabolism, this beetroot blend is the single most effective natural solution you can drink. Now, let me tell you exactly how to implement this. Start with the beetroot ginger lemon blend every morning, 8 ounces on an empty stomach. This is your foundation. In the afternoon, add either the turmeric black pepper ginger drink or a plate of arugula with olive oil if you want to accelerate results. You do not need both. Pick one and stay consistent. If you want maximum impact, rotate in the raw garlic lemon water 3 to 4 times per week on mornings you feel ready for it. Within 3 days, you will notice less bloating after meals. Within a week, that heavy afternoon fatigue starts to fade. Within 2 weeks, you will notice your midsection feels looser and your energy carries you through the whole day. Within a month, your liver enzymes will have improved so dramatically that your doctor will be stunned at your next blood panel. But consistency is everything. You cannot drink this blend for 3 days and expect permanent results. This is a daily habit, just like brushing your teeth or taking your medications. The difference is this actually works, and it costs about $5 a week. Compare that to prescription medications that cost hundreds and come with side effect lists longer than your arm. Do not make these critical errors. First, do not drink it right after a meal. Wait at least 30 minutes before eating anything. Second, do not store the blend overnight. Betalains degrade rapidly once blended. You lose up to 60% of the active compounds by the next morning. Make it fresh every time. Third, do not expect overnight miracles. You will feel some improvement fast, but full liver repair and fat flushing takes weeks of steady daily effort. Fourth, do not stop your prescribed medications without talking to your doctor. These foods support your liver powerfully, but you need medical supervision for any major changes. And finally, do not buy the bottled, sugar-loaded pasteurized beet juices from the store shelf. Purity is everything. Read labels. Avoid added sugars, preservatives, and artificial ingredients. If it has more than 3 ingredients, put it back. Here is what this really comes down to. Your liver wants to heal. Your fat-flushing system wants to work properly, but it needs the right raw materials. For decades, you have been told that liver decline is just what happens when you get older. That is a lie. It is preventable and reversible, but you have to give your body what it needs. These foods provide concentrated doses of the exact compounds your liver requires to restart hepatic lipid metabolism and flush trapped fat. You are not fighting aging. You are correcting a nutritional deficiency that modern diets created. Your great-grandparents ate beets straight from the garden. They cooked with fresh garlic and ginger every day. They ate arugula and bitter greens with olive oil before it was trendy. They gave their livers everything they needed without even thinking about it. We do not anymore. We eat processed foods stripped of these compounds and loaded with chemicals that pile invisible stress on a liver that is already drowning. And then we wonder why our metabolism collapses after 50. You are not broken. Your diet is broken. Fix the diet. Fix the liver. Here is my challenge to you. Commit to drinking the beetroot ginger lemon blend every morning for 30 days. Just 30 days. Track how you feel. Notice the bloating disappearing after meals. Pay attention to that afternoon fatigue fading away. Watch your energy and your waistline start to shift. Write down your weight and your energy level on a scale of 1 to 10 today. Do the same thing in 30 days. You will see measurable differences that even your doctor cannot argue with. This works. The science is bulletproof. The results are real, but you have to actually do it. Your liver will not fix itself. These foods are your solution. Start tomorrow morning. 1 medium beet, 1 inch of ginger, 1 whole lemon, 8 ounces of water, empty stomach. 30 days. Your liver will thank you. Your energy will thank you. Your independence will thank you.